Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. A lot of persons during the agitations for Biafra exit, Mazen and the Khan has started, made a lot of calculations and brought in the old eastern regions. A lot of Niger Deltans, those from the Niger Delta area, and some Southerners rejected the inclusion, although some accepted, and they actually settled for referendum if and when it comes. But right now, a lot of them were saying, a lot of the claims they made was the fact that the reason why Mazen Amdekano was bringing them into the picture is simply because the five southeastern states, some of them said it is landlocked, some other persons said they don't have much resources other than human resources, and that they lack space. They don't really have natural resources to probably boost them, apart from, of course, Imo State that has oil, and of course Abia State that have a little of it as well. You can't compare that, of course, with Bayelsa Rivers, Edo, and Akwa Ibom, and hence that's why he was bringing them in. But as you speak, there seems to be very good news coming from that region. I guess this time around, if Biafra is to exit, then they have every reason to stand tall, stand deep. God works and wonders, wondrous ways, I must say. But before we go to the news proper, to find out what is making everyone rejoice from the south is the region, coupled with the fact that they had termed them dots in the circle. Like it, subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. It's really indeed a discovery moment. Some months back, it was a case of discovering gold in the northern region, particularly in Zamfara. But right now, the Minister of State for Petroleum, Chief Timberi Silva, has said that the country accidentally discovered 206 trillion cubic feet of gas reserves while in search of crude oil. Silva, who disclosed this in Abuja, said that the country could discover an additional 600 trillion cubic feet reserve to enable it achieve the desired development required of a gas nation. We have a lot of gas in this country. We have 206 trillion cubic feet of gas reserves. This number is already discovered in gas reserves, and this 206 trillion cubic feet reserve was found while looking for oil, so it was accidentally discovered. We were actually going to look for crude oil and we found gas, and in that process of accidental finding gas, we have found up to 206 trillion cubic feet. So the belief is that if we really aim to look for gas dedicatedly, we will find up to 600 trillion cubic meters of gas, he said. According to the minister, the country's transition from gas to renewable fuel will be gradual when it has fully utilized the benefit associated with gas. We are also transiting, and that is why we are talking about gas. We are seeing gas as a bridge to renewable fuels. We came from coal, which is solid, to crude oil. Now we're moving to gaseous gas and then to renewables. The belief in the industry is that if we have this kind of vast resource and we have not tapped it, why should we abandon it and move to renewables? We have not used gas to drive our cars, and few people use it to cook. We have not used gas to generate electricity or use it to fire our fertilizer blending plants. Then why should we abandon it and move to renewables? What we are saying is that the Western countries are in a position to move to renewables after using coal and crude oil to stabilize the electricity in their areas. Everybody there enjoys it. But we have a situation in Nigeria where a lot of people do not have access to electricity yet. So what we are saying is that we agree to transit, but let us use our gas first to develop our country and get the benefits of development. That point where everybody has electricity, then we can transit to renewable fuel, he added. Silva explained that so far gas was being used as transition fuel, as Nigeria and Africa as a continent does not contribute more than 1% of global warming as carbon emission. Don't forget that where these gases were actually discovered are majorly in Anambra State. In fact, that Anambra has been having a very correct reserve of gas. And Imo State too, I think, in is Ogata or Haji, around that axis, and they also have heavy gas reserve. You know, sometimes, God works in diverse ways. They were actually looking for oil, fuel, and they ran into gas. And in places, unlikely places. Have you seen how beautiful Nigeria is? Each region is blessed with something so unique, so beautiful, so different. Can't we just harness them together and become one gigantic country, and make it maybe an African United States of Africa for a change? But the challenge now is, we are so divided in ethnicity right now. Insecurity has, become a problem in this country. I don't know if it's solvable, but I think it's solvable. But the question is, what are the tactics we're using to solve it? Now the marginalization is so deep, is so strong, is visible. Just some days back, there has been varsity is a being open, institution of higher learning being opened, and Southeast is not even included. A lot of Nigerians are saying it's simply because they're agitating, but that's not good enough reason. If you don't even want them to agitate, that's the more reason why you should have included them in that varsity creation, so that, when they are accredited and the institution up and running, they will have good reasons, or they will have subtle reasons why they should look back and probably consider the issue of one Nigeria. But in a situation where they keep doing this back and forth, and one keeps seeing this, huge difference in marginalization, it forces them the more to want to agitate. It forces them the more to want to actualize their dream, because right now they've discovered the gas in the southeastern part of Nigeria. The question is, don't you think this will even fuel their agitation the more? I'm not saying, that's another thing. They discovered some of these gases in the southeastern region. Who knows? In some of these some southern regions. So if you look real deep, you could possibly be looking at that 600 trillion cubic metric ton he was talking about, cubic feet he's talking about. But the question is, are we going to stay united to enjoy the benefit, or do we want to be divided? But all this can be corrected with quality leadership, direction, unity of purpose, one Nigeria, roundtable discussion, and listening to the yearnings and cries of the people. People who agitate don't just wake up to agitate. They're agitating because there's an anomaly they have seen, and they want it corrected. And over the years, if has not been corrected, it's degenerated from normal protest to we totally want it out. From insecurity to marginalization, it's huge, it's deep, it's there, and we cannot wish it out. So the way out is for us to look into it as one big family and see how we can solve it. But it's up to, it's just you and I that can do this, can make it happen. Then it's also up to those who are agitating, if they truly still believe in one Nigeria, or they truly want to work out. That's what we're going to wrap it up. Let's visit our comment section.